What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Animation Chronicle is getting super interesting. We don't know when we're getting the set in the TCG. It's dropping June 12th over in the OCG. It's taking up that Battle of Legend-esque spot, so we still could get Battles of Legends somewhere in the TCG. Surprise drop around July or pushed later into the fall. Will we be getting Gold Series 2? Will this end up as Gold Series Maximum Gold 2? I'm not sure where it's gonna land. That being said, let's enjoy these reveals, and I'm starting with the Adagnister stuff because I really hope that it melds with the new Link 1, takes the deck to the next level alongside it, and goes past like the rogue decks like Plunder Patrol and Unchained. And we're starting out with Kai-I, Fighting Spirit. The puns on these are pretty hilarious. Normal spell card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Target one Adagnister monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Pretty good start when you're a monster reborn, and then you have more effects. If an Adagnister monster or monsters you control with 2300 or more attack would be destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. And then there's a third effect. If this card becomes banished, you can activate this effect. Your Adagnister monster with 2300 or more attack cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. So basically, this being in the graveyard says, well, if you try to Regeki or Lightning Storm my board, I banish it. Now you can't kill it by battle either. What are you going to do? Giving it a Fighting Spirit. Also being a reborn enabler / extender on top of everything. Not bad at all, with no restriction at all on the targeting of any Adagnister or what happened throughout your turn. I definitely like this card. Eye Show is going to be Eye's Show. Normal trap card. When your opponent monster declares an attack, if you control a Link 3 or higher Adagnister monster in the extra monster zone specifically, special summon any number of non-Link Cyberse monsters with 2300 attack from your extra deck whose total attack is equal to or less than the attacking monster's attack. Then in the battle phase, I do like that as well. So it is a trap in a specific zoning. It has to be triggered also by the opponent declaring an attack. So if they get matchup knowledge, they could know what's laying face down, or they could be like, that's been useless till now. Oh, it's nothing. I'm going to go in. But I do think that the ability to end the battle phase and get that many monsters onto the field potentially, not bad at all. And then we have a Ling Kuriboh reprint here. A decent update, not the most insane, crazy, but I will take the reborn definitely, and the trap is at least interesting. Now we have the Kuriboh brothers. Let's get into it. The Kuriboh siblings have finally arrived. You have Kuriboh, not really, Kuriboh is a level 1 Dark Fiend effect monster, attack 300, defense 200. This card is also always treated as a Kuriboh card. That is needed definitely for these cards, I would assume. You can only use this card's first effect once per turn. And it says a Kuriboh card, not Kuriboh by name, so I assume you can play multiple in the deck alongside Kuriboh and the others if they share that. When this card or a Kuriboh monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can special summon one monster with 300 attack, 200 defense from your deck, except for Kuriboh. So I guess a ramming can turn into any, you're relying on your opponent having a monster in that sense. You contribute this card you control, plus 4 monsters from your hand and or field. That's a bit cheesy. One each of Kuriboh, Kuriboh, Kuribet, and Kuriboh, and special summon one Kuribabylon from your deck, hand, or graveyard. I'm going to guess this is some kind of boss. Is it the horned one? Is that what it is? Alright, we got Kuriboh, level 1 Dark Fiend effect monster, attack 300, defense 200. This is always treated as a Kuriboh card. You can only use this card's name first effect once per turn. When this card or your Kuriboh monster is destroyed by battle. Battle again. I'd really like to see you be able to destroy your own cards to activate their effects or do something else for this. You can add a spell or trap card that specifically lists the card Kuriboh in its text from the deck to the graveyard. I wish you could just summon it and get effect, but that's actually pretty broken with how insane the Kuriboh deck is for Link summoning, and it's like teetering on being broken. Like when Link summoning first was a thing, I was playing a combo deck with Beatrice, so it's actually really close to being broken, as weird as that is to say. So I guess they're being overly careful. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, if you control another Kuriboh monster, you can change the attack of all other face-up monsters you currently control to 0 until the end of the turn, and if you do, negate the attack. So you're leaving yourself wide open to other hits, but you're specifically stopping that one. Interesting, but still, you want to get destroyed by battle for the search so far, unless I'm missing something. Kuriboh is a level 1 Dark Fiend effect monster, attack 300, defense 200, always treated as a Kuriboh. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can discard this card and add a Kuriboh monster from your deck to the hand, except Kuriboh. I'd like to see that actually stop the attack itself too, considering it's Kuriboh, but maybe that's too broken or too much to ask for. Once per turn quick effect, you can discard one trap, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 1500 attack. Kind of underwhelming so far, not gonna lie, but maybe they had to be careful. Kuriboh is a level 1 Dark Fiend effect monster, attack 300, defense 200. Surprise, always treated as a Kuriboh card. Quick effect, you can discard this card, then target one Kuriboh monster you control. It gains 1500 attack. Okay, that's pretty good, actually somewhat effective. You can tribute this card you control, plus 4 monsters from your hand and or field, one each of Kuriboh, B, Bow, and O, and add the one Kuri Bandit from your deck or graveyard. Yeah, that fit in with the actual theme here. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon a Fiend monster from your hand. That's way too big of a cost to end up doing that, though. And there is Kirby Babylon, a level 5 Dark Fiend effect monster, attack 1500, defense 1000. You can only use either this card's first or third effects once per turn and only once that turn. So you have to choose which one, right? You can only use either this card's first or third once per turn and only once. If you have more monsters in your graveyard than your opponent does, you can special summon this card from your hand, so easy out despite being level 5. Gains 300 attack and defense for each Kuriboh monster card you control and in your graveyard, so it can get big, kind of a pseudo-grand Maju that's not going to get insane, but could get there. During your main or battle phase, quick effect, you can return this card to your hand, and if you do, special summon one Kuriboh, B, Bow, A, and O from your hand and or graveyard in attack position. I was hoping to hear the words deck there, but yeah, because if you specialed it and then you were, you know, reacting and it's your main or battle, it would have to live a turn. I really wish they gave it a little more so far. And finally, a spell, 5-star Twilight, normal spell card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. If the only monster you control is a level 5 monster, tribute it, special summon the one Kuriboh, B, Bow, A, and O from your hand, deck, oh there it is, and or graveyard, but they cannot be tributed for a tribute summon, so you can still link, synchro, Xyz, do everything else in the world with them. Wow, Konami modernized there. That is actually the winner, and it's any level 5 monster, so all you have to do is throw up any level 5 monster on the field, period, not even in archetype. Summon 5 cards, you can link, summon out, all they can't be done is tributed. This is kind of insane, and I think we'll end up maybe justifying, although that's quite a few bricks to end up playing for an engine. I find it cute. I don't think it's going to necessarily be meta Yu-Gi-Oh! With these effects lining up so far, but Kuribohs definitely have surprised me in the past, and this card does scream some wacky, insane combo use, although you're playing a lot of different cards to do so. Cyberdark support, they say. No dragons, no problem. Dragon Roid is a level 8 Wind Machine effect monster, attack 2900, defense 1000. You can only use this card's first effect once per turn. Add one non-Wind Roid monster from your deck to your hand. This specifically is to stop them from adding Speed Roids, which, like, supercharge, that old school card that allows you to draw cards, actually can work with the Speed Roids, so they're trying to prevent that in this card. This turn, the activation of your card and effects that include the effect of fusion summons of a fusion monster cannot be negated. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when a monster is fusion summoned this way. A little bit of a magical meltdown there. And then, once per turn, so you pick one of these effects. You either go and search a card by discarding it, thus getting it in the graveyard, or you can magical meltdown in a sense. Once per turn, if this card is in your graveyard, you can make this card in the graveyard become a dragon monster till the end of the turn, making it, I guess, a really great equip for the Cyberdarks, which is why they said Cyberdark support. Then we have a freaky looking trap card. I saw this earlier, no clue what it does. This is Samsara Dogma, Declaration of Rebirth, continuous trap card. Once per turn, you can declare one type all monsters in the graveyards become the declared type till the end of this turn. As a continuous, that is interesting, especially for certain decks, and against certain strategies, it seems pretty specific, but a generalized card that can turn on at any time every single turn, that could become useful somewhere within the game despite its simplicity. It definitely could pair with certain cards. This interesting lead to boss monster, though, and I have it, I guess, brought up twice here for the reveals on accident. Alright, so my thoughts here are this: the Cyberdark support, quote-unquote, the new dragon, the Roid. Interesting. It's a pitch searcher that gets itself in the graveyard and has a second functional effect. Not bad at all for the Roid stuff. The Kuribohs, definitely something cooking there, but not quite what I expected. And the Adagnister support could be better, could be worse. About what I would expect from the main archetypes in a Battle of Legend-like set. That comes down to the reprints and what else they do in those sets, and I look forward to seeing Animation Chronicle or Battles of Legend, Animation Showdown, or whatever the TCG is going to turn this into, and what they craft with this. Definitely, though, I think the I support Adagnister stuff is the winner out of here, unless you're a long-time anime fan. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And what do you think about everything? Watch today's Market Watch. There was one, by the way. This will definitely kill its notification by putting this video up as well.